Hi, I'm Josh aka Kaminari, and this is a video I thought I wouldn't make because it felt redundant, but I've kind of fleshed out the thought a little bit, so I thought I'd discuss it here. So basically, I want to talk about why I own a Switch 1 while I own a PC, and why one of the big reasons as time went on was because of the physical game aspect, and I'll go into detail here and there as time goes on. So basically, I got a PC going from a PS4, and basically all of my friends are on PC. You didn't pay for Wi-Fi, so that's one of the bigger reasons why I just like wholesale jump ship, and then when it came to getting the games I already had, I just like bought them again. Like I had Xenoverse on the PS3 to the PS4, but I just went straight to PC, and the games I couldn't get, I wasn't playing anyway, which was like Little Big Planet, stuff like that. So, oh no, a little bit of a tangent. When they had ported the Sackboy game over to PC, that was pretty great for me as a PlayStation gamer of, yesteryear. But anyway, so basically, in the beginning, I didn't really think about, oh, isn't it weird that I won't like own the games I buy? Because it was like, not only the convenience of just like, because of how secure Steam is, which I still stand by, like I will buy games on Steam still. However, having a physical console, on top of the accent nowadays, as you can see by the channel, the customization options for me is a big sell because it's now become a hobby. But the mainstay of it is I have a portable and handheld console and a regular console in the Switch, which I like to I use it. I use both, and I actually use the Switch OLED when I'm out and about because I have a grip and everything. But also the game cartridges, which is more convenient than a disc, which means I essentially can carry like either all or a good solid handful of my games with me wherever I go. But also, yeah, I'm not like constantly carrying like 3 or so discs and with me, and then a whole like PS5 or PS4. And the online is cheaper because I exclusively pay for the online. I don't care about the like £70 whatever it is. And I feel like people view it as like a when people critique Nintendo, that's one of the things where I feel like I don't know why I'm coughing so much. Where I disagree in terms of like when it comes to the online, it's the cheapest. It's just that they I feel like Nintendo, in a weird way, even though nowadays it's not really, you wouldn't see the cases, when it comes to the online aspect, they don't lie to you as much. You're paying for something extra. So the base level, you'll get a few like retro games with your subscription, but if you pay more, you'll get more retro games and stuff, and DLC and whatever it is, as long as you're on the subscription service. So for me, because it's laid out so bare bones, I'm like, okay, whatever. Whereas with PlayStation Plus, the fact that like the second you stop paying, you won't get PlayStation Plus, the PlayStation Plus games you got, but they sell it to you like it's needed to access the servers, and that's it. But they give you games and lock them behind your subscription, so you need to keep paying for it. Otherwise, you need to buy the game again. Whereas there isn't a single Switch game that that is on the like retro games that is locked behind there, and you would have to rebuy again. It's all retro games that you would emulate anyway if you didn't have the subscription service. So it's in that scenario, I don't think it's that big of a deal. And there's also thousands of other things that Nintendo are doing that I don't agree with. So for this one, I'd probably be willing to die on the hill because I still don't trust Nintendo enough to not have a Switch 2. Like, I'm still perfectly comfortable having a Switch 1. Even though, from looking into it more, but some aspects in terms of specifically the Joy-Cons seem to be easier to repair for some people because it's bigger. The controller is a whole other can of worms. But I digress. So basically, first off, why I think I like having physical games is it's in my hand. I go to buy a product, I get a product, I am physically holding the product. You can't get any more simple than that. When you buy a digital game, on some aspects, unless it's a free game that you are like, you're buying cosmetics is like the game was already free, so me buying digital things is like I already feel like if the server shut down, I'm already like, it's like going into a bar and paying for like a concert I'm not recording. Like, I'm going there for like the memories or the experience or whatever. Whereas when you buy a game, there's some level of like, I want to be able to feel like I can own it, not just like play it, and from the looks of things nowadays, just license it. So like I immediately went to get Xenoverse and I found like a key, so I got like a bundle, and I had it digitally, but I immediately put aside money to buy it physically because I was able to get what I got on a deal, but I categorically wanted the full the base game physically. And I also did this with Kakarot as well, and I probably show some footage now of Kakarot as well, probably already shown Xenoverse. But the reason I bought both of them, even though I now have both of them on digitally, and I figured out a way to only download the downloadable content and not the physical game, is because first off, I do enjoy the aspects of like, oh, I'm playing a console, let me put in my cartridge, because especially as someone who just like played PlayStation games, and certainly this got old because it was like playing a DVD. It's, whatever. But where was I going with it? Yeah, but the aspect of having the game physically means that I don't need to worry about whatever like shenanigans goes on. If the server's shut down, if Nintendo does some weird update, like legally you can't go and say I don't own this when it's physically in my hands, and you can't like wirelessly affect it. And so yeah, that's why I enjoy the physical games. And also nowadays, purely from like a preservation level of like, I want to be able to keep the games I have, and now retrospectively I want to go back and buy the games I had as a kid, depending how expensive they are. But nowadays I think it's really important, especially when we're in a weird digital space of like, you can rent everything. I want to be able to physically have stuff. So that's kind of where I'm at on that. And to sum up in a neat bow, basically what I'm saying is, I think physical games are important because you can't, once you get something physically, even if they have an update to fix a bug, the base game you will still have, and even if the server shut down, whatever happens, you will still have. So whatever third party comes in and shows you a way to like rip the files off it, you can use it however you want. So I think from that aspect alone, I think it's something I would prefer, because the same way I talk about repairability that I've happened to like start caring about, like owning physical games is something I care about as well, because I don't like the idea of like, I'm playing something and no matter how much time and energy I have in it, I basically have to accept that if the server shut down, my whatever I've downloaded or I've played or how many hours or years I've put into it, they mean nothing because it's just a video game, bro. And that mentality to me seems a bit shit and feels a bit and to your audience. Well, I specifically mean in terms of when I see YouTubers talk about that, even if it's a mobile game, like that attitude to me feels like, well, that's how it is, so I'm just going to accept it even though it's shitty. So, yeah. That's my thoughts on things. Let me know what you think. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you later. Bye.